guys, I have something really special, really cool to show you guys. And a lot of it comes from a lot of questions I get from a lot of people concerning waterfalls, water ponds. We're going to attack just some of the materials, some of the ways that you use and come up with these ponds. But anyways, and sorry I don't have much of the underlayment and the EPDM rubber 45 mil, because I got probably about 18 ponds here on my landscape that I have used this stuff, and I see a good use for it, because a lot of times a lot of the waterfalls that we carry on Everything Waterfalls, you need to have something a little bit bigger, so you have to use a liner type thing with the underlayment, so you can create something a little bit bigger than our prefab ponds. But with this, you kind of get the hint that there's a lot more work involved in it. And basically, you guys that are using this, you think you have a real waterfall, real pond, because you got the real rock. But essentially, after you put the rubber down, and you put your plastic molded, this is another type of pond. This is pre-molded or molded polyethylene plastic. But that's the way you get all your waterfall wares, your different things for your skimmers and stuff. So basically, before you even put the real rock, you can have almost a water garden with rubber and plastic, and then you're just using the real rock to cover all the imperfections of the plastic and the rubber and stuff. So with that being said, let's go to the next one. And this is your pre-molded stuff. This is a pond, you sink it in the ground, and you try to put some rock around it to try to cover it. It's a basic beginner type thing. You maybe want to put a fountain and stuff. It is what it is. I had many years of water gardening. It's sort of like a beginner's type thing. You put it in for a year or so, you decide you want something a lot better, you move up. Back to this here, this is your fiberglass jobs. The problem with fiberglass, they make awesome decorative fountains for inside, maybe a tabletop, maybe for the entranceway. But as far as a waterfall outside, they're a disaster. They're not going to keep up with any of the outside elements. You can see here, they just faded everything away. And basically, when I got this, when I saw this, I said, boy, that looks real. But yeah, on my deck it did, because everything was a board. This here looked at least like a rock. And when I put it together, within a couple of weeks, I heard the cavitation of a pump. And you can see where I had to fix it here. It cracked here, and then it cracked here. But that's what you're going to get from fiberglass. It cracks, then it leaks, it fades. This brings us to the next one. And this is probably pretty new for most of you. And basically, when you look at this, it sort of has everything that these kind of have, but a lot more. So the basis of these, it has a polyethylene foam. This here, guys, it's not going to look pretty. Its only focus or main function is being lightweight, small, and polyurea. Polyurea is like super plastic. And to get back to polymers, not every polymer, they're always going to have their advantages and disadvantages. But by putting two of them together, you can have one heck of a waterfall. So the polyethylene foam, lightweight properties. It also has the reachability for the polyurea, which you can't see. And the polyurea is good for temperatures up to 300 degrees, tensile strength. If you look on my waterfall matrix, it gives you a whole big thing of polyurea, why it's so good. The outer coating is the natural oxide sand and the rock crush, and they have a process of putting all this together, and you come up with something that looks real. Now with this, it saves a lot of time. It's very user-friendly, home-friendly, and just like this here, this is more of an old technology. Sort of like takes me back to the Rifleman days, Leave It to Beaver. You know, you get the hint of the shows that were old. You got the big, huge console TV, all the vacuum tubes. You got the high voltage circuit for your picture tube. You have the vertical and the horizontal, the audio and the video. You got this big, huge TV. Now, how many of you guys like to give up your big 65-inch screen, high definition plasma TV with Blu-ray or whatever for one of those TVs again? It's the technology's come forward where we're back still, and this is where the contractor is. And with this here, you got basically all this, but you don't have the total mess of heavy rocks. Like, and you can see what I got. I got 12 different liners here, 3 different ponds, 8 different liners, 6 different pumps, and over 4,000 rocks. And every year it's a mess because it's a maintenance disaster, especially when you have heavy rock, and especially inside with the gravel and stuff. You're always going to have silt. These here are easy to clean, very easy, user-friendly, extremely maintenance, less maintenance than anything else. But basically, you see a leaf, you take a pond net, you scoop it out. If it even gets out of hand, you can take a power washer it down, tip it over, and start all over. But this here, I kind of called it a pond. It is a cascading pond. It comes out the top, has a 1-inch outlet, cascades down around, it goes a little pond, then it goes into a spillway. So this here gets dug into the ground, and you can not only have a cascading, a pond, but it also will go into a bigger pond. So if you get to hint a little bit, this here is sort of can make a water garden large, because it can also go into another pond, which can go in another pond. You can have a variety of waterfalls. Kind of new technology, but yet it isn't. It's been in your zoos and a lot of your different amusement parks. In fact, I went to check up on my supplier here just to compare with some of the zoos around, and I even went looking for Jack Hanna in the Columbus Zoo, and I compared my stuff with theirs. When I got home, it was like a complete wow. I was kind of really surprised how excellent and how much these look a lot better. And basically, I'm not dealing with lost space type rocks and stuff. So with that in mind, I hope you enjoyed the different materials. I saw them all on the Garden Gnomes, the Everything Waterfalls. It's just geared for these premium type waterfalls that's user-friendly, do it yourself. Landscaper can come in, it's like a dream for them. They're in and out with the liners here. Some of those guys, they come in and you have to invite them for Memorial Day, Labor Day, and 4th of July because they're all summer. They track up with all the heavy equipment. In fact, the design work before you even get to the product is going to be more costly than these. So just wanted to give you some little things to throw out at you, just to kind of help you out with the different materials that are available.